What is up, squad? Oh, y'all in here this afternoon? Okay. Y'all are in here. Hold on, drone. Hold on, drone. Y'all are in here this afternoon. Okay, I see y'all. Terralyn, So Steph, Shotty Black. Yes, Don, Sheila, Ashley, Derek, Lakia, Royalty, Jay. I miss y'all so much. Oh my God. It feel like it's been forever. It's only been like, what, a day or two or three? It feel like it's been like, I've been gone a week. I've been just gone, honey. Just gone. All over the place trying to work. Hey, Nita. Wendy, Michelle's your middle name. You have a wonderful middle name. You know, me and Michelle Obama, we got Michelle's on lock, honey. We got the Michelle's on lock. You ready to hit the drummer? Y'all ready? All y'all know I don't even watch Married to Medicine like that. I have my own personal opinions about the Married to Medicine peoples, from my own experiences with the Married to Medicine peoples. But if you haven't already visited StraightFromTheA.com, I did a post yesterday about Quad and Mariah. There's still some tension between the two of them. They used to be besties. There was a lot of things that happened between the two over the past couple of seasons. Um, Personally, the incident that happened at STK that they kept referencing one season, I was actually there. And I wrote about that on the site. And it was just this whole big thing about, Mariah feeling some kind of way about Quad. And Quad was there for a birthday party. And Quad threw Mariah's purse. And, nobody caught it. And her Celine bag fell on the floor because everybody was like, oh, because we couldn't believe what was going on. And Mariah was like breaking through the crowd to get the Quad. It was just a big old mess. And everybody was like, well, what happened? Like, why was they into it? Why were they fighting? What was going on at STK? Well, from my assessment, outside looking in, like Mariah just felt some kind of way that Quad was getting all this shine that she wasn't. And that is just my personal assessment. Like, she may say something totally different. That's not what was going on. But from the outside, I'm up here talking to Mariah like, girl, calm down. Like, we all had been drinking and everybody had their martinis and stuff. And Mariah was pretty much cursing Quad out like, I made that bitch. Fuck that hoe. Like really wanted to fight her. And I was like, but why? What is going on? We don't know. But anyway, that was then. This is now. So this story leaked about Mariah and Quad and how actually like this has gone back a little bit further in their history. Apparently Quad had a relationship with Mariah's sister's husband. So it's like, wait a minute, like what is going on? And the way this whole story came out is that an incident report mysteriously turned up on the blog, a blog called All Tea All Shade. And in the incident report, apparently Lake pulled up to Quad's house and proceeded to beat her ass for dealing with her husband. Now everybody was like, well, what is going on? She's still married to Dr. G. Did this happen while they was married? What happened? Apparently all of this happened just months or weeks or whatever before Dr. G and Quad married. And to put a little spin on that, if you recall, Dr. G and Quad had this tumultuous engagement where, they both were arrested for domestic violence, like right before the wedding. And all of that was discussed on the show. So I don't know if this little situation has something to do with that. But, as you can see, they did proceed to get married. They, all of that still came to pass, and Mariah, for whatever reason, still chose to have Quad on the show and everything. So again, there's always been this little thing where we didn't know what exactly the deal was between Mariah and Quad, and apparently this is one of them. So if you go over to the site right now, part of what I was saying is it's no secret that Quad has somewhat of a questionable relationship past. And I also posted her mugshot Well, she hates this mugshot, child. I'm gonna put it up right now. I'm gonna put it up right now to show y'all. She hates this mugshot. Um, hold on. Quads mugshots. So, Quad actually, here it is. Quad actually was arrested. Actually, both she and Dr. G were arrested for a domestic incident right before they got married. So now here we are, fast forward of a few years, and so this is coming out about Quad sleeping with Mariah's husband's um Mariah's sister's husband, which is Mariah's brother-in-law. So whatever happened, Lake pulled up on Quad. It says Quad slept with Mariah's sister's husband while they were best friends. Quad hates Mariah because Mariah has her number. Mariah has inside knowledge of the affair, and that makes Quad uncomfortable. She knows that she betrayed not only her husband, which was her fiance at the time, but her best friend, i.e. Mariah. Mariah's sister, Lakita Lake Kelly, reportedly confronted Quad about the affair, and according to a police report, Lake pulled up on Quad and proceeded to whoop her ass. The police report, which you can see right here, nobody was arrested, but the police report basically confirmed that there was an altercation between Lake and Quad. Quad stated something about Lake spit in her face and slapped her, and the police ended up calling Lake to figure out, what the deal was. Hold on, let me put this up here. Y'all like, ooh, this tea, child. This is so tea. Save this image. Hold on. My computer is doing the most right now. There it is. Biggie, if you don't leave my door alone. And this is okay. Here it is. In the police report, which you can see right here, make it a little bigger for y'all. All About the Tea was the first to find it, or the first to get it. Said Webb stated that at 9/16/10 at approximately 1300 hours, she pulled into her driveway located at, the address has been redacted, when the suspect Lakita pulled up behind her, blocking her in. She exited her vehicle and approached Webb on her property. Webb stated that Asheron started yelling at her about sleeping with her husband. Webb said that the argument escalated, and then Asheron struck her in the left side of her face, and she then left the scene. They spoke to her, Lakita, by telephone, and she said that she was in the area to work with a client. She said that she saw Webb and stopped to speak with her, and she advised her that Webb got into an argument. Um, Lakita said that Webb spit in her face, so she pushed Webb. The officer advised both not to contact each other due to a lack of physical evidence. Neither was arrested, and nothing else happened. So there's that. So all of this happened before Quad married her husband. So apparently Mariah, Lake, all of them, they have carried this animosity into, the married to medicine situation, and now here we are. But my thing is, why is this coming out now? Why are we talking about, Quad sleeping with the latest husband now? Like, do we even care? Like, she's supposed to be getting a divorce. According to Mariah, the prerequisites for being on Married to Medicine is you have to be married to medicine. Since Quad is going through a divorce and allegedly hindering divorce, because if the divorce is finalized, apparently Quad will get the boot. But from what everybody keeps saying is she's trying to stretch it out for as long as possible. So but Mariah has, stated that, she's supposed to be married to medicine, and since she won't be, she may not be on the show next week. And I got a little bit of other tea on that, because apparently, I don't know who's gonna get the boot yet, but I got this email. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because that just made me think. Hold on. Hold on. They're actually casting they're actually casting for the show. And they sent me this to tell people. And I'm like, oh. But anyway, Purveyors of Pop, which are the producers of, Married to Medicine. They're now casting fabulous wives of doctors, fiancés, and partners in the Atlanta area for their hit docu-series on a major cable network. They kind of like don't want to tell y'all it's for Married to Medicine, but it's for Married to Medicine. They want people to include, their name, contact phone number, what type of doctor your husband or partner is, a short bio about you, your family, your friends, and your fabulous life, photos of you, your family, and the exterior of your home. All interested candidates are encouraged to apply now. And this is the casting people from Purveyors of Pop. So if any of you out there are doctors or are married to a doctor, you may be replacing Quad next season. So email that to atlDoctors@gmail.com. I also have a phone number and all that, but they ain't paying me for all that. So I just thought I'd tell y'all, somebody's getting replaced. I don't know who it is. It might be Quad. It might not be Quad. It might be Heavenly. It might be somebody else. Who knows? But all I know is they looking for some more doctors' wives to be on this show. You say you prefer Quad over Mariah. Maybe Quad will get her own show or something. Because if she's not technically married to medicine, like what would be her place on the show? Like she's not even like she's not a doctor and she's not married to a doctor. So if all of the other women are doctors or married to doctors and she's not, I mean, then they'll be like kind of like in the housewife spot when we were all complaining that they were housewives but they're not married, and now here we are, dang near everybody's married and or expecting a child. So he said maybe Contessa. Interesting. Well, that was that. Let's move on. Let's not talk about them anymore. Let's see who else we can talk about. We can talk about Kandi. Y'all know Kandi and Todd are, if you recall, during the Housewives, Riley kind of put both of them in their place saying that they were bad parents, that, she pretty much, didn't see them at all. And they showed Don Juan managing Ace while Todd was at the bar and all of that. So basically, Riley was like, we don't need another child, but Kandi was like, well, we have embryos, and Ty was like, no team member should be left behind. So with that being said, Kandi has hit the net to say that, they have found a surrogate. So she's cleared up a little bit of free time in that she won't be carrying a baby for 9 months, so she can still proceed to work as hard as she's been working. So perhaps once this person carries the baby for her, maybe she'll have put in all her time and she can like take some time off and just chill with her family. We'll see. We don't know that yet, but she did admit that she does have a surrogate. You can read that story on Straight from the A as well. Wait a minute. I'm gonna give you her direct quote. I ain't making this up. Kandi said it out of Candy's mouth, honey. She has found her a surrogate. You said raising dysfunctional children. Ooh, I don't know. But I mean, they do. I mean, they have the money and the time. Maybe they're just trying to stack their chips up, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, is it? Is there something wrong with getting your funds in order for the family to leave a legacy behind for your family? There's nothing wrong with that. So Kandi says she's found a surrogate. She told Us Weekly, we did find someone, and right now we are in the process. It hasn't been done, but we're in the process. Y'all know Kandi married husband Todd Tucker back in 2014 and admits she is a bit nervous about moving forward with the surrogate process because it's all foreign with her. She was like, we don't have anybody who we can call or who could tell me about it. But when we were going through the IVF process, I did have a couple of friends who did it, so I could talk to them. But this is a situation where I don't have anybody I can talk to. So that being said, she says she's found a surrogate and they're in the process. They do currently have 2 other female embryos that were frozen and ready to, implant into somebody's uterus. But, again, Kandi says she's not going to do it. And as Todd said, we're not supposed to leave any teammates behind, which means, those 2 girls that they have waiting, They are probably somebody's gonna burn them. It might not be Kandi, but it will be someone. So there's that. Now we're gonna move on to a little relationship tea, honey. What about Usher? And they talk about Usher and found him a little young tenderoni in Evelyn Lozada's uh daughter. Because, and I know, for those of you who have been following this story, Evelyn already said, that it's not true, but the pictures and the proof is in everything. Usher was leaving Diddy's party, and Shanice was hot on his heels right behind him, like, here I go, here I go. She was trying to avoid the cameras, but a few people caught her in a few of the pictures. So, me, I had to put my little thought bubble up there and be like, hold up, wait up, wait up, wait up. So Shanice was trailing Usher to the car. So everybody was like, well, just because she was going to the car, just because she walked him outside, that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, but it does mean something that they left together. They left together. Out of all those people, she chose Usher to be her Uber. She chose Usher to be her Uber. They got in the back seat. Usher looking in the back like, yeah, I'm going to tear that up. I'm going to tear it up. That's my new girl right there. That's my new girl. Look, I don't know if that's his new girl. Like, maybe they just kicking it for a minute. Like, maybe, they just hooked up. That's what I said. They just hooked up. Maybe they just hooked up. Meanwhile, Evelyn was quick to clear her daughter's name, because y'all know they say Usher got the hurt. They say Usher got green stuff coming out his penis. That's what they say. I don't know. I've never seen it, but the people who've been suing him, the girl, what was her name? Quantasia. She was like 500 pounds. She was suing him and said that he met her at the day's end. And then there was another girl. She was a singer. She actually said that he had green stuff oozing out, but he said it wasn't nothing. But so I guess they had sex anyway, and she claims that he gave it to her. They still, like, the lawsuit was dismissed, and then she's bringing it back. There's all kind of stuff going on with that. Then there was a third person who was a male, an unidentified male, who calls himself John Doe, who said that him and Usher smashed in Koreatown somewhere. So Usher got, all these people saying, that he has, whatever he has. I don't know, allegedly. But in the meantime, Evelyn Lozada got online and she said Shanice is not dating Usher. They were all going to the same destination and just so happened to share a car. They are not dating. That is what Evelyn said. Now, Shanice ain't said nothing and Usher ain't said nothing, but Evelyn said that. But for the record, Usher is technically still married to his second wife, Grace Miguel. But, she kind of like skipped town after, all these herpes allegations started popping up. You haven't seen Grace, you ain't heard from Grace. We don't know where Grace at. I don't know. But when a few months ago, when that last lawsuit hit the net, they released a statement saying that they were separated, and they said, we remain deeply connected, loving friends who continue to support each other through the next phases of our lives. The enormous amount of love and respect that we have for each other will only increase as we move forward. That was, Usher. But in the meantime, Usher is single again and back on the prowl. What, y'all don't believe? What, y'all don't believe it? I'm just like, let it burn, Usher. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let me see who else we got in here. Hold on, I got one more. I think I got one more we can talk about. Oh, Idris. Y'all know Idris is now the sexiest man alive. Like, we already kind of knew Idris was sexy. We already knew he was, kind of sexy, even though a lot of people, who say they slept with him say he ain't packing, but who really cares? He's still a very attractive older man. He is aging like fine wine. So People magazine gave him his props and said, look here. Idris is now the sexiest man in the world. And Idris kind of responded and said, he's here to stay. He's here to stay. Even though now, he's off the market. He is engaged to be married to what's her name? Sabrina. What's her name? I don't even know. But anyway, you said packing matters. You said packing matters, I guess. But yeah, but he's engaged to be married, so he's off the market, but that doesn't mean we can't look at him. We can still just look at him because People magazine says he's the sexiest man alive. What do you think? You think he's the sexiest man alive? No, yes, maybe. Last but not least, we all still kind of feel some kind of way about all of midterm elections and all of that. People have been claiming that many have been trying to like shame black voters into voting, but at the end of the day, y'all didn't vote anyway. So I mean, what? I don't even know what to say. Like Zills hit me up and was like, I don't think it's fair that Oprah said that our ancestors died for us to vote, but I believe it's a fair assessment to make because at the end of the day, they did. So what y'all mad about? If y'all gonna vote, vote. I mean, it is your right to vote or not to vote, but it's also your right to not complain when things don't go your way. Like if you're not coming out the house, if you're not voting, if you're not even voting on the things that affect your community, how can we sit and complain about it? You said you voted, Shanice. I voted too, girl. I voted too. I'm hoping that Stacey Abrams stands strong. But in the meanwhile, Carrie Hilson, this is on the site as well. Carrie Hilson says she don't respect y'all who didn't vote. She said, I have no respect for anyone that chooses not to vote. I despise your inaction. I don't respect your excuses. I don't hear your complaints. You stand for nothing. And she also reminded y'all about the historical impact of voting as well as, same thing that Oprah did. And she said that when people say, quote, our people fought for the right to vote, which means the choice to participate or not, I'm not here for the semantics and lazy spins. Do you really think blacks were beaten, spit on, humiliated, dehumanized, and killed for your right to sit down? Come on now. Come on, son. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you have the right to choose to do whatever you want to do. And nobody's telling you to get out and just vote for this person or that person. People are telling you to vote, period. Just vote, vote, vote. So, yeah. You said please go vote for Stacey Abrams. Yes, 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 yes. What? Yes. So I don't even know what to say. People have been arguing with me about that for days. I didn't even want to write about the political aspect of everything. But at the end of the day, if you're not being active in your community, how can you get mad when the person that you wanted to win didn't? You're not doing anything for the remainder of the 12 months of the year. How can you sit there and be all upset about just because your favorite person didn't win? I mean, there's so many other things you could be upset about, but I digress. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to come through and say hello, 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 and tell y'all to go and visit straightfromthea.com. Go and read the post that we have discussed today. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I almost forgot. We can talk about this last thing. I know y'all like, what? Angela Simmons. What y'all think about this Angela Simmons stuff? Angela Simmons and Sutton Tennyson. What do y'all think? It's a lot of tea that's been spilling. Now, I mean, the man was just killed, shot down in his driveway earlier this week. The day after he, was found, Angela Simmons hit the net to say, you left me with this wonderful gift. My heart is broken right now that you're gone. And everybody was like, oh, we feel so bad for Angela. Then a day later, now we find out that they were just in damn child support court. She been trying to get more money from the man. She was getting $12.50. She wanted more money. They've been in this bitter custody battle. He's been like doing whatever they say he do. They say he was a credit card scammer and he sold weed and stuff. That's what they say. I don't know. Allegedly, that's what they say. But they were saying that he was doing all kind of things to get up money so that he could see his child because apparently she wasn't allowing him to see his child. So he needed legal fees. He needed this. He needed that. So he was doing some stuff. I don't know what he was doing. But the man was shot. The man was shot 3 times in the head in his front yard. And now a man by the name of Michael Williams has turned himself in and said that he did it. Now, do we know the specifics of what happened or why? No, we don't know. But I mean, the man had turned himself in, and he came with a lawyer, Jackie Patterson, which is the lawyer who be representing Ti and them. And I'm like, oh, he didn't came with a lawyer. So I mean, did he go to have a conversation with Sutton and it turned bad? I mean, what was going on? Like, it's something a little bit sketchy going on with this situation now. I mean, Nita, you saying it was a hit. I mean, that's what you say. That's what people keep saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, her problem was pretty much eliminated. Now, I'm not speaking that into existence, but it's looking that way. If they were just in court the week before last, and now it's like, what is going on? What is going on? Did somebody call in a favor? Did something happen? How did this man get shot 3 times in broad daylight in his own driveway? Like, first they were saying that it was a home invasion. Then they were saying it was an argument between friends. Then they were saying something else. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things you have to look at. And why, pray tell, did Angela hit the damn internet so quick to say, oh, my heart is broken. Oh, I cannot believe this happened to my son's father. Oh, he left us a precious gift. I mean, I don't know. I'm just giving everybody a side out at this point because it just all seems a little bit sketchy. I mean, everybody say he had a sketchy past anyway. I mean, that may be true. That may be true, but we don't know. So, anyway, you guys, that is, I guess, the extent of my my tea today. That I've written about. Now I got to get on the site and start writing. So you said you had to dig for this truth in this situation. I think the truth is gonna prevail. I think it's gonna come out because I don't know. I mean, if you look at his mugshot, it looked like he got hit in the eye. Maybe that's the mugshot or something. Maybe there was some kind of fight, some kind of struggle. Maybe he gonna say it was self defense. It may be all kind of things, but we don't know what happened until the people say what happened. You say, don't say that Angela didn't have nothing to do with it. Don't say that she didn't, or don't say that she did. I don't know. Angela had nothing to do with it. I mean, we don't know who had anything to do with it at this point. We really don't know. So we can't say if she did or she didn't. So, I just thought I'd throw that out there, child. We just looking. But yeah, the whole situation with Mariah and Quad, and the whole situation with, Quad creeping with Mariah's sister husband. Now it's got me looking at their situation a little bit differently. Like, yeah, I think I can understand why y'all really, don't see eye to eye like y'all used to. Did I know him? No, I didn't know him. And the situation with Angela, that's a sticky situation that we're gonna keep our eye on. The situation with Usher and Evelyn Lozada, it might have just been a one night stand. Maybe she didn't know about the herpes. I don't know. Maybe she don't read the blogs. Who knows? So, and the situation with Kandi, and Kandi saying, despite what her family feels about them bringing other children into the world, they are going to utilize their embryos to the best of their ability. They're going to utilize those embryos, honey. They're going to bring those 2 little girls into the world. So we can expect Kandi's family to increase. So I guess we'll see more of that on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I just want to come through and say hi. I'll probably come back a little bit later. But since I was just sitting at my desk, I just wanted to come through and just talk about some of the things that were on the site. And so I'll take calls a little later. Or do y'all think I should take calls? I think I could take about 10 minutes. I ain't going to stay long. What do y'all think? Press 1 if y'all want to call in. Or press 2 if y'all want to make it a late night thing later. 1 or 2. You said I better. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let me turn on the thing. No, I'm here for the people. Conference app. Conference app.
Please enter your PIN number.
Alrighty. So y'all have a phone number or not? Let me put the phone number up.
Thank you. Joining the conference now.
Oof. Wait a minute. You already in there. Hold on. Damn, y'all quick. Hold on. I haven't put the phone number up. Hold on. How I put the phone number? Call it 7401. You are on the line.
Okay, Michelle. The operator said I was the only one online. I'm like, is she gonna let me through or not?
You
Hello.
you here, girl? You here? How you doing? Who am I speaking with?
Isha from Michigan. How you
Hi,
doing?
Isha. What do you think about all these sketchy situations we got going on?
I was just wondering what you think about Married to Medicine overall. This popularity compared to Housewives. Do you
Well,
think they bring as much drama as Housewives, or do you think Housewives just have a certain fan base that Married to Medicine don't?
I think Housewives does have a certain fan base that Married to Medicine does not. However, I think Married to Medicine has a little bit more genuine interactions as far as I guess some of the relationships breaking down and building back up and that sort of thing. But I don't watch Married to Medicine. I tried, I really tried, but because I just don't. Some of the characters just rub me the wrong way. I just don't like to watch it. So I'll talk about it, but I don't watch the show.
Yeah, and I agree. And it's just tricky when they all their scandals is about the marriages, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just tricky when you start commenting about they're breaking up, they're getting together. That's always versus the housewives, they always all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, and I think the Housewives just have their, even though they say the ratings dipped a little bit this season, they were still number 3 for Sunday night, behind The Walking Dead and one other show. So at the end of the day, I think they have like a fixed fan base. Like people are emotionally invested in those characters. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to compare the two because I think they equally bring to the table some good things, but at the end of the day, I don't know that there's like a comparison to me.
yeah, and then they got moved to Saturday, so I'm like, what's up with that? Is that a
Yeah.
good sign, or is that?
Are they not back on Sunday? That was the only reason I saw this past show was because it was after the
Well, they
Housewife.
just announced. They just announced that they'll be moved to Saturday, which I thought I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
No, that's not a good thing because people don't really watch TV on Saturday nights like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah, I
see.
agree. I enjoy Atlanta Housewives. I don't know if you brought that topic up. I just didn't like the whole Portia thing.
Yeah.
It with somebody for 5 months and then where's my ring? Where's my ring?
Well, think of
I
it
didn't
this
get
way.
that.
She was just with them for 5 months on the show. I mean, like from what I understood, like they've known each other for a while now. They probably was kicking it for a while now. He probably just wasn't on the show. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Yes, still. I
Yeah.
mean, even if it was a year, these guys these days, that was my only thing. But other than that,
Yeah.
Housewives was really good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your input.
Thanks. Normally you go on late at night when I'm asleep because I work early in the morning. So I'm like, I have to call in and say hi.
I know I keep trying to go in the middle. Like right now, I should be blogging, but since I was at my desk, I'm like, I'm gonna go live for a minute since I haven't been live in a while. But I'll probably come back tonight late, honestly, because I like doing late.
Would I sound like a creeper if I asked you, is that your apartment? It's so beautiful. And the other spot you show where you show the stairs and the upstairs and the ceiling, am I being a creeper by asking you that?
Yes, you're being a creeper because I'm not showing nobody where I live ever again in life, ever, ever. So I will
So
always
that
be in
that
front of the green screen. This might be my house. It might not. That might be
that's
my
why I
shoe
asked
room. It
first.
might not.
I asked first respectfully because I'm
No,
like,
I get
Atlanta, is that
it.
beautiful? Oh my god!
Atlanta is
You be
beautiful.
talking, I be standing there. I just be sitting here looking around like, where can I get a place like that?
Well, all right, y'all. Well, all right, honey. I appreciate your input. Gotta catch these calls.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for being a
Oh,
creeper.
you are
Have a good
good.
one.
You are good. Bye.
Bye.
Caller 1519, you are on the line. Oop, hung up. Caller 7850, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle, it's Robert. How are you doing
Hi,
today?
Robert. How are you?
So, I'm doing well. So, let me just say this. Unfortunately, y'all were not able to stomp a mud hole in your white supremacist on Tuesday, but Virginia had you covered because we stomped a mud hole in ours.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
As long as somebody got it, child. As long as somebody. I mean, you
Yeah.
know. Hmm.
But one more thing about politics before I go into Mariah and Claude.
Okay.
Lucy Macbeth looks like she's going to pull it off against Karen Handel. So I think Stacey Abrams really turned out the vote, and it helped in like down ticket races, even if it didn't help in hers. And I think that I watched the press conference with her attorneys earlier today, and they were saying that in Gwinnett County, Cobb County, and some other counties in like the metro Atlanta area, there were absentee ballots and provisional ballots that should be enough to push it to a runoff. So even though Brian Kemp is saying he's declared victory, I do think that there might be a runoff in December. So keep the faith. It's not over yet.
Right. We're keeping the faith, honey. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Now about Mariah and Quad. I just read the article on your website, and it makes sense that Quad would do something like that because remember, Quad has a fascination with all things attached to Mariah, right? Do you remember when Mariah, spilled the tea about Quad dating a drug dealer who was her husband? I mean, who was her cousin? Do you remember that?
I remember.
So she talked about that, and so I do believe that she would try to, sleep with Lake's husband. Unfortunate as that is, I don't know if Lake should have, walked the dog on her, but unfortunately, that's what happens when you sleep with a married man. Now, one thing, and then I'll let you go about Married to Medicine. It is moving to Saturday night at 9 o'clock, but I think that's a good thing. You know why? Because the last two seasons they put it on Sunday night and then they moved it to Fridays and then the ratings started to climb. So I feel like the executives at Bravo or NBC Universal feel like this also has a strong enough loyal viewership that they can put it on a Saturday night and bring in advertising dollars. So I see it as sort of a good thing. I don't know how good it will be, but I think it'll get about 800,000 viewers. It's the key demographic that matters, all right, the 18 to 35-year-olds. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it being on Saturday night. If people just DVR it, it should be fine. So it is what it is. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Robert.
All
I always love hearing from you.
And if you call back tonight, I'll probably be up now. I need to get back to work. So enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you too, Robert. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Bye. Caller 9101, you are on the line.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, first time I'm calling you from work, but I'm your homie.
Hey, homie. How you doing?
I'm well. I haven't called in a while. I haven't caught your live in a while.
Oh, well, thank you.
But
Thank you for catching me.
what is it? Oh yeah.
I be feeling like I got to whisper too.
Yeah, don't whisper. But listen.
Yes, ma'am.
I try so hard to like Kandi. I swear to God, I be trying to like her, but she just get on my nerves.
What? Why can't it get on your nerves?
Because she's so, I don't want to say spiteful, but if she ain't crying, first of all, that's one thing. I always have, but she have this underlying disdain. I don't want to even call it jealousy, but she just can't. She can't. But as hard as she tries, she really don't like Mimi, and of course her and Portia have these issues. But it's like, why you gotta have a baby too? You just had a baby. Why somebody else can't have their spotlight?
I guess because everybody having babies. I guess you want to go ahead and have a baby. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody getting no younger. Everybody need to go and have their babies right now. I'm just saying.
As much as I love children, she could wait.
How,
She could
how
let
long?
somebody else.
How long must Kandi wait to have another baby? Riley gonna be like 20. You know what I'm saying? Riley be having kids of her own. Then her brother and her Riley kids gonna be the same age. Gonna be her cousin brother. What is it?
It it to me is not even about me speaking on her ovaries because I hate when people try to take ownership of somebody else's womb.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like she's doing it to take away attention from Portia. Because Portia is Stacey. I just feel like she's always been this underlying competitiveness in her in all aspects of her life, especially with the girls on the
Okay.
show. Meaning Nene and Portia. The only reason she put up with King is because King kissed her behind all the time.
Mm. Okay.
That's just me. I just don't. I try to like Kandi, but she always do something to get on my daggone nerves.
Poor can't win, child. I just want Nene to bring Phaedra back so she can throw that in her so she can throw her in that face like she did Kenya. She brought Kenya as a surprise. She need to bring Phaedra as a surprise. That'd be funny.
Exactly. That right there was very nasty. You gonna bring Kenya to a party? Really? That was so nasty. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I be trying to like her, but she always do something that just make me like, you know what? And then she likes to play the victim all the time, all passive aggressive, and then bust out crying, knowing she's doing some little slick underhanded mess.
Yeah. And next she gonna be trying to throw Portia boyfriend under the bus.
Listen, but I ain't gonna hold up the line. I just called to say I be trying to like your girl. She's a boss. I admire her in a lot of areas of her life, but I cannot stand that flaw she has. I can't. She need
Okay.
to grow up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. Don't get in
And
trouble.
y'all have an absolutely amazing day, okay?
And you do the same. Thank you so much. All right.
Bye bye.
Bye. Caller 2378.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you, Shelly? How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good, thanks. This is Anthony. Few things. I know you and Nene being friends. Don't you think that her and Kim, their relationship is gonna last forever because the history that they have? Because she was on Andy's show the other night, and Nene, when Nene was on, and a caller had asked, and it was the last time she spoke, she said that Kim reached out during Greg's illness, and and Kim. And she also said, like, she cracked the joke saying, like, when Kim is ready for a drink, like, they could sit down and hash it out. And I really like those two friendships. But how do you feel about it?
I think Kim is a racist. As far as her being friends
I
with
know
Nene,
that.
I feel like
But I'm talking about.
no, as far as her being friends with Nene, I feel like they have a connection because they were a part of this show. They started this show together. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as anything else, I honestly believe that Nene sees Kim for her works. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah.
Like I've heard
When I
her.
understand, it's almost like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
It's like your boyfriend beats you, but you keep going back.
Yeah.
Because that's what I get from Nene. Because, like, I mean, like, if I was in a situation like Nene was in with Kim, it would have definitely been no. You couldn't even call me to give your sympathies on my husband's illness. Like, no, we're not friends.
Right. And
You know?
at some
But so,
point you don't
it
want to
seems like
always be the person to call somebody out on their racism because then that starts getting other people looking at you like you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
I got you.
Nene's fan base is white people and black people, so she can't just be like Kim's a racist, Kim's a racist, Kim's a racist, even if Kim's a racist. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I mean, I don't fault her for trying to forgive her and move on, but at the end of the day, like Kim is what she is.
Yeah. She has a job to do.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But another thing, Kandi, from day one I couldn't understand why Kandi was on the Real Housewives. I think she's one of the boringest cast members of any of the chains. She's like horrible.
You think Kandi is
I think
boring?
she's just there to yes, I think she has no storyline and she piggy banks. I think her greatest season was when Phaedra Parks threw her under the bus. Because then she had like a little come up, but I think her storyline is so boring. I think that she is only there to like market and brand herself basically and the stuff that she is doing.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean that sounds about right. I mean
Yes, I am
that's with
Bahamian.
everyone
In
nowadays.
fact, I found Bahamian. Yes, I am Bahamian.
Are you in America now? Or are you in the Bahamas?
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually in Atlanta for the weekend. You want to go get
Oh,
a drink?
oh,
Let's go
cool.
grab a drink.
Well, I mean I can't today, but thank you for the offer.
Yeah, I'm in America though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Well, I hope that Andy reaches out to you one day and have you on Watch What Happens Live because you know you are the madam of the housewives of Atlanta.
Maybe
And he
they
should bring you on when
will.
he bring on one of these girls from the housewives of Atlanta. Since
Maybe
you know
they
everything
will.
Atlanta.
Maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. Well, thank you so
And
much
Nene,
for
if you're
calling.
if Nene's listening, she needs to throw in a word and then you invite me to come with you because I put it out there first.
Yes, yes, I give you your props. Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much. I
Okay.
appreciate you.
All right. You have a good one.
You too. Bye. Caller 7626. You are on the line.
Hello, Michelle. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Okay. All right. The first thing, I think Kandi and Mama need a peach. That woman go off. She need a peach. I think she
You
could be
think
real
Mama
good on the
Joyce
show.
need a peach?
Yeah, I think she need one. I'm sure she'll be good. Because that woman don't bite her tongue with nobody. That woman crazy real. Well, I like her. She's crazy, but she's cool. She reminds me of my aunt. She really does. But my aunt is, she got a mouth on her too. But anyway, I'm done that part. For you, that's you then. So, again, I get you.
I'm listening.
Okay, so one more thing though, I want to tell you about you. I ain't been seeing you when you back online. You don't be online, but you
I,
got certain time you be online again.
it's not a certain time. I like to just pop up and surprise people.
Good.
I don't
Okay,
like to
that's
be a
good.
slave to the clock. So basically, I just come on. Like I do. I honestly wish that I could commit to a time, but right now I cannot. So yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah. But click that notification bell on YouTube, and you
I
will
got,
be notified.
I got you. I got you. But last time you come on, I mean, the day because I got free business. So I can't be up late at night because I be crazy tomorrow. So,
I get it.
so I'm in the bed about 9 o'clock. I am about 9. I'm done.
Okay.
Because I be tired. But sometimes I catch you, I read all once in a long time on. But it's all good, though. But I love you. I think you're a good person. You're very beautiful. People know you're very beautiful.
Thank you
I
so
think you're
much.
an excellent lady.
Well, I will take that into
Okay.
consideration. I'll try to, that's why I came early today because I know I've been coming late. So I'll try to do one in in the daylight hours and one late at night because I like doing late at night because they be
Okay.
funny.
I bet it does. I bet it does. Okay, I'm done. Take care, sweetheart.
All
God
right.
bless.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Well, thank you all for tuning in and thank you all for calling in. I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, visit StraightFromTheA.com. Go read the tea about Kandi and her surrogate. Go read the tea about Sheree and her joggers, honey. She got a whole new photo shoot. Go read the tea about Angela Simmons and her baby daddy. Go read the tea about Married to Medicine, Quad and Mariah and all that little jazz. And you could catch up on the backstory as far as the STK situation because I wrote a whole post about that because I was at STK. That's a whole nother story. And yeah, and then go read about Usher and his new I don't even know what to call the lady his new jump off side chick I mean, because my thing is, everybody first tried to say Usher's dating her because they were spotted together one time. But I'm like, well, maybe they just hooked up. Why they gotta be dating? The man's still married. Maybe they just hooked up. So anyway, go read the tea about that because they left the party together, like literally left together. So we don't know where they ended up, but they left together. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already liked this video or not, subscribe to my channel and click the bell in order to be notified of the next live video. I appreciate you all. Thanks, Zills. Bye.